Hello everyone, welcome to part 89 of Laravel 11 series in which we are getting the e-commerce website with Laravel and MongoDB. So we will continue working on the login and register process, and in this part we are going to work on login user functionality, and we will also validate the login form. So let's start. So we have done so far the register process so far. We able to register the new user, and we able to validate the register as well, and also we able to send the email to the user as well. Okay, so now we are going to work on the login as well. Okay, so first we are going to update the login form, and we will add the form id, csrf token. Okay, we will also add the id for the email and password. Okay, so first we are going to update the form. After that we will add the jQuery function. So let's start. Let's follow these steps that you can find under video. So first step is to update the login form. Okay, and also we will give the here login error id that will show the error if there is any error that we are going to show from Ajax. Okay, and also we are going to update the form. Here you can see the id as well as the csrf token and the name and class as well. We are going to give the class like login email as well as the login password that will show the error message if in case something go wrong. Okay, so let's do these steps. I'm going to open in Sublime. I'm going to open my project in Sublime, and this is the project 11. I'm going to open it in Sublime. Okay, so I'm going to open the login.blade.php file that is located in front users, and here is the form. I'm going to check the form here. Here is the form that is, you can see there is no id, no means it requires to be updated. So we are going to update it with this form. Okay, along with this PID. Okay, so I'm going to modify this form, and will able to just replace this form, and up till I'm going to update it up till okay, login button div. Okay, login button div, where it is login button div, here up till here. Okay, so I'm going to modify this form, and you can see now we have updated the form, and you can see here the form id is here by which id, see this id we are going to use in jQuery function so that we can work on the submission of the form. Okay, so here you can see that we have added the classes as well, and also with every form we have added this id, login email, as well as the name, and login password as well as the password as name. Okay, so after this we are going to add the jQuery function, and I'm going to modify the custom.js file under front.js, and this is the jQuery function for the login form. This is the login form validation that we are going to add. After register form validation we are going to add this login form validation. So it will call the URL that is the user slash login that we are going to create in next step. Okay, so and also it will pick the data in serialized form, and will and we will send this data to this route, and indirectly see we will send it to the function. Ultimately we will send it to the function so that we can able to log into the register after validating that the user credentials are correct or not. Okay, so first we are going to add this user login route in web.php file straight away after the user register route, user confirm route. Okay, we are going to add here the user login route as well. Okay, in auth, and after this we are going to add the login user function, and that we are going to add under user controller at front. So I'm going to open the user controller at front, and we'll add here the login user function. Okay, so here the first thing is that we are going to validate the data like email is correct or not, and the password is correct or not. Okay, so first the email, that email actually exists first, that actually this is the email or not, and the second thing is that email actually exists in the users collection or not. Okay, if both the things are correct, then we will check the password is that the user filled the password or not with the minimum of 6 characters, and if that fine, then it will go inside this validator. It will pass this validation, and it will go here and this thing is to check that whether the email as well as the password are correct or not. Okay, if both are correct, if both email and as well as the password are correct, then we are going to check its the status, and its if its status is also one, then it means that we are going to log into the user, and will send that user to the card page. Okay, and we will also update the its user card with the user ID, like I have mentioned it before. Like we are going to update the user ID of that user. We will instead of session ID, we will use the user ID in case the user will get logged in. Okay, same thing we have done at the time of register as well. And here you can see that if in case the user status is inactive, it means that its account is inactive. Then we will show the error message to the user like your account is deactivated by the system administrator. Okay, so such kind of thing we are going to do. And if in case the email or password is incorrect, then we are going to show the error message to the user, you have entered wrong email or password. And these kind of like incorrect, success or inactive, we are going to manage in Ajax response. Okay, so here we are going to manage. So this is the thing that we are required to update, so that we can show the correct error message if in case there is some error. Okay, so we are going to modify this success as well as the error message. Okay, so we are going to update this one, and now finally we are going to test this one. I'm going to refresh here, and we'll see that it's working fine or not. Okay, so let's refresh once, and then we are going to click. See, it is showing some error. Okay, so it is saying that login function that already it's already there. So we are going to remove this login user function that is already we are having. Okay, so only function that is required, the one login function. So we can remove the last one, in which we are just showing the page that we are just using for the get method. Okay, now we are using this login function both for get as well as the post. Get for just viewing, just showing the this page, and post for posting the data, for validating and for login of the user. Okay, so now we are going to try. See if I will not fill anything. Let's see, it must show error. If I click on login, yes, it is showing error. The email field is required, the password field is required. Okay, so I am going to put some invalid email this time. Okay, I will not put like this one, I will just put like this. It is showing the email field must be a valid email address, so it is working fine. So now I am going to put some invalid email ID that does not exist at all in our database. I am going to click on login. Yes, it is showing that email is invalid. Okay, so now we are going to fill up the valid data. I am going to check in MongoDB. Okay, I will open the MongoDB compass, and we'll check for the user that already exists. Okay, so that we can try with the valid data this time. So the validations are seems to be working fine, but once the we will open the MongoDB compass, then we'll check that whether the data is accurate or not. Okay, we are going to check that it is working with the correct data or not. Okay, so we are going to connect it. First we will open it, and then we are going to connect it, and then we are going to open the project 11 database. And here I am going to check for the users, and here I am going to try with like this one, amit100@yahoo.com. I hope its password is 1256. Let's see. I'm going to try with this one. It's all automatically auto-filled, and yes, we are able to log in. So we have reached the card page, so we finally able to log in with the user data, that is the email and password is correct this time, and be able to log in. Okay, so you can try this one at your end. And in the next part we are going to work on remember me functionality. Okay, so that is nowadays a very important functionality. Okay, and we need to add that functionality as well. So we are going to work on that remember me functionality in the next part, so please stay tuned for that. That's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.